All right, guys, I want to use what we call a closed loop system and mathematical equations to create a functioning program so that this robot will actually drive around the entire grid and touch every number. And so what I want to do is I want to really think about what the pseudocode is. And fundamentally, we know that every one of these is 200 millimeters. So I'm going to basically think in code. The first thing I want to do is I want to drive forward, and I want to drive forward 200, 400, 600, 800, 1,000, 200, 400, 600, 800, 1,800. So I want to set that as my variable, and I'm going to come over here and create a variable called distance. So in order to make that variable, I'm going to delete it, and I'm going to come up here and make the variable. I'm going to call it distance. And hit submit. Now I want to set the variable at the beginning. So I'm going to pull the set variable, and it says count, but I can go down here and click on distance. And I want to set that to 1800. Okay. So I want to go 1800 millimeters, and then I want to turn right 90 degrees. So I've been thinking about that. So I'm going to go forward 1900 millimeters. So I'm going to go forward for a distance. And I'm going to take the distance and put it in here for right now. The reason why you'll see later is I can turn this into a mathematical equation and a loop. So if I put the variable in there, I know I can do that. And I want to do that 3 times. And I want to turn right 90 degrees every time. Now you go, well, why don't I do it 4 times? Well, if I do it 1, 2, 3, the next time I do it, I have to subtract 200 millimeters because I don't want to go back to the same place where I started. So what I want to do is I want to do that how many times? 1, 2, 3. So I want to go forward, turn right, forward, turn right, forward. I even sound like a robot, right? Turn right and stop. So I want to do that 3 times. So let's go ahead and go get a control, and let's do a repeat on the control. So I'll pull the repeat, and I want to repeat that 3 times. So I can just change that variable, and I can put it up here after the start. And now it wraps itself in this. So let's find out whether or not this takes me to this corner turned right. And I'll just go ahead and test the code right now and hit boom, start, and it'll go forward. And I'll keep going. Boom. And it looks like I'm going to make it. So boom, it should stop, and it does. So I hit stop. That's my first outer ring. But now when I come back, I don't want to go 1800, I want to go 1600. And so what I want to do is after I'm leaving this loop, I want to go ahead and I want to take my distance, and I want to change it by 200 minus 200. And then I want to think about what I'm going to do, because I'm not only going to minus 200 once. I mean, I need to do it here. So this will be 1600. And if I do 1600, that'll take me there. But when I come back this way, I only need to do 1400. So I only want to do this loop twice with the minus 200. And then I want to go ahead and create another loop with another minus 200 twice. I think I figured out how to do this. So I want to go and I want to do this 8 times. So I want to come and do a repeat of this part. And then we want to repeat it 8 times. And I want to first change the count. And then inside of that, I want to do another repeat of my turns. So I'll grab my repeat and put it inside of there. And I want to go twice. And I want to now copy these two because I'm always doing the same move, right? So I'll put my shift key down on those two and see if I can duplicate. And then I'll drag those down to here. And because I used distance, I shouldn't have to change anything else. And I'll see whether or not my program works. And now finally too, for a control at the very end of my program, I want it to stop. So I'm just going to head and hit stop project at the very end. And let's see what happens. It should actually do this. I should start here. I should go here. That's 1. Turn right. Here. That's 2. Turn right. 3. Turn right. Come to here. Turn right. That's 1. Come to here. Turn right. That's 2. I should change the count. Come to here. Turn right. Come to here. Turn right. Change the count. Come to here. Turn right. Come to here. Turn right. Change the count. Come to here. Turn right. So I believe that's 8 iterations of that move. And it should take me about 2 minutes to do this and run this program. So I'm going to go ahead and do it now. And here we go. Forward distance. I'm turning right. Good. Forward. Watch the blinking light on this side. Turning right. Good. This is my 3rd iteration of this. I should be able to go and turning right. Good. So now I'm going to do this twice before I change. So I should go to the 2 and I crashed. What happened? Stop. Reiterate. So I came from here. I should have come forward 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That should be 1600 millimeters. So boom. I come here, minus 6. That should be 16. This distance should be 16. It went 1 too far. So I'm ready to run my program. And let's go back over it again. The first thing I do is set the distance to 1800 millimeters. Then I will repeat the outside move 3 times. And when I repeat the outside move 3 times, I will come into this loop and do this 8 times, where I'm going to first change the distance by negative 200. So here, that'll stop me at number 2, and then it'll stop me at 82 when we go back the other way. But when I come from 82 to 89, I need to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I only need to go to 1400. So this loop will kick me back over here and I'll subtract another 200 from the 1600 that was done. And then it'll keep doing that 8 times. And eventually I should end up somewhere around the 46 in the middle. It should look like this. And then it should come in and do that. Matter of fact, I'll probably draw it out. I'll do that as well in just a few minutes. So let's start it. When you guys are doing machining in the class, you're going to find it works. It's probably just like this. Getting a good handle of the code is really important. So it looks like this is working. I will probably cut to the chase. I'll let it run all the way through, but when I give you a video, I'm not going to give you a video of the whole thing. It's kind of like watching paint dry. So it is working. It should go to the 78 this time. It does. Should come down to 38, 28, and then go over to 24, and then up to 70, 64, then over to 67, down to 37, over to 34, 40, 35, up to 55, to 56, and it should get to the 46 and stop. And it did. Bam! So it actually went through every square. I'm going to pause this video and see if I can put a marker on this. Here's the same program going, and what I did is I went ahead and put set robot pen to color black, and then move robot pen down. And you're seeing how this is giving me the iteration, the spiral iteration that I wanted in the robot program. And I'll go ahead and let it continue all the way through. Again, I will edit the video so you don't have to watch paint dry on the wall. You can see that. And then I'm going to go ahead and change the paint color. I'm going to get a little bit more creative than that. And I'm going to change it in this in all of these iterations. So you can see the difference in what's happening, how many iterations there are in this particular program. Boom. All right, stop. I'm going to go ahead and pause the video for a second. Okay, this is another iteration of this project. And what I'm going to do is see if I can change the color from red to black. As you'll see right here, it should turn to red. And then to black. And then back to red. And then to black. So what I did is I just basically, in the loop, I changed the color to red and black, and it shifts back and forth inside of that loop. You could also do that on the other loop if you wish to, but the whole idea was just to create a program that would use mathematics and variables in order to basically limit the amount of times you have to repeat doing all of these steps. I know you love to do steps, but right now, the whole idea is to use loops. So these are closed loop systems. Closed loop means that there's no information or telemetry coming into the robot while it's moving. It's just mathematics, and it's going to move exactly as it's programmed to move. So there you go. Here is the program. I'll just let you see it real quick without the thing. I'll hide it. So we set the robot pen color to black, move the pen down, and that means that this out, and we set the distance to 1800 millimeters. That means that this will be printed in black. Then you'll change the distance to 1600 millimeters. You'll change the color to red. You will do 2 iterations of this. You come back. You will have a black. So the first iteration will be red. The second iteration of this will be black. It'll come back, change the pin to red. It'll also subtract 200 millimeters from the distance, and it'll repeat that 8 times until it's covered all the squares. So that's one way to get the project done. Another way is going to be to use a different method of going linear, either going from south to north, or going vertical or horizontal. I don't care how you do that, but again, you're going to cover all the different squares, and you can actually put the pen down to develop your graph as you go to show me what you did. So I'm going to go ahead and pause the video for a second. Okay, I want to do this another way. This time I want to go all the way up, turn, come all the way down, turn, go all the way up, turn, go all the way down. And so we're going to leave our sets where we set the pen color to black. We move the pen down so that we can do that. Draw on the table to make sure we've gone through all of the different squares. So this is another way to set your Rumba, a robotic vacuum, to make sure you vacuums the entire floor. So let's go to control. Let's do a repeat. And so if I'm going to go all the way here, turn right, go 200 millimeters, I'm going to turn right again, come all the way down, and turn left. So there's right, come all the way down, left. So I want to do that as an iteration. Distance is 1800, so I want to go straight, drive straight, forward. Variable, it's going to be distance. See, this one, your distance isn't going to change. Well, it's going to change twice. So it's going to be distance, and then we're going to go right, do a right turn for 90 degrees. Then we want to move forward for 200 millimeters. And we want to do a right turn again. And we do that. We're coming back this time. And we are going to turn left. So we're going to do this. Let's go ahead and test this right now. See what happens. The pen is going up. Up. Boom. boom, boom. See, if we keep going right, it'll keep going around in a circle several times. So at the bottom, so that gets me to this, and then I got to turn left. So when I get forward 200 degree, then I want to go back. I want to copy this, duplicate, boom. Oops, I don't want there. I want it down here. Now I want to drive forward, but I want to turn left and left. So that is my iteration. This is a quick way to get this done. So if I do this, I go up and then I turn, I come down, I turn, I turn left, I go left, there you go. And I think I only need to do this 5 times. So then it comes back the other way, and you're seeing your Roomba catch everything. It's cleaning up everything. There we go. So this is the 3rd iteration of the program. So I only do need to do 5. So I'm going to change that here and make that 5. I'm going to stop this and reset it. And then we're going to go and let's do something fun here. Let's change the pin color. So we're still drawing, but let's change the pin color right before we drive forward. So let's go get the pin color, set pin color, and let's put that right in here. Let me, yep. And I want to change it to red. And then I want to go get the pin color again. And the left, right here before that, I want to change it to green. And then you're going to get these kind of a neat pattern going. So I will play this. It should make the top lines red and the bottom lines green. So then a boom. It didn't do that. Stop. Oops. I see what I did wrong. It should be set robot. Delete. Delete. Set robot pin color to, after that right turn, set it to red. Set robot pin color right after the left turn, set it to green. And see what happens. So this should now turn red. Yep. And this should now turn green. Yep. And so this is going to work all the way through. I will cut it in the video so that you can see it move like this. My eventual thing is for you to create a really neat design using the code. So we started in black, we went to red and green, and we are almost done with this. Should be the last iteration. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and it should stop. There it is. So we have figured out how to do this. Again, I'll just move everything aside so you can see the code. You can pause your video if you want to see the code. I'm going to play one more time here, and I'm going to kind of change the coloring set. I'm going to make this green, and I'm going to make all the lines going across red, 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 but all the ones that go down, up or down are going to be green. So I need to put in a few more dividers here. Robot set color. When I drive forward, it's going to be red. Turn right, drive forward. Let's right before the drive forward, let's make this green. Set robot pen color to red. Turn right. Set red. Boom. Turn left. Set red. Boom. And then, so at the very top, this is going to be set to green. And let's see what happens now. Now, to be honest with you, I don't need this green anymore. So I'm going to delete that block. I'll just put the robot pen down. It'll start in the color that I want. And here we go. There goes green. This should red. Come back green. Turn left, go red. Yep. Come back green. There it is. So there's all kinds of ways for you to figure out how to get this done. I just want you to be as creative and have as much fun as you possibly can, and understand the flow chart of code. So I want you to give me two different ways which you've created closed loops to complete this project. And all you have to do is take a picture of your code, and then you can go ahead and use Screencastify and then post a video on your website. So when we get back to class on this coming week, I will quickly go over how to put everything on your website. Thank you.